Well, you can see we're not in the greenhouse, we're not in the garden center, and we're not in the house. So guess what? We're on top of a pontoon boat. Some of you have been texting me and saying, well, are you getting your boat ready to go fishing this fall or not? Well, so we're going to show you a picture of what we've done. We found a 1996 model of a bass tracker up here in Madill under a shade tree. The trees had grown up around it. It had a 2011 60 horsepower 4-stroke Yamaha on it. The paint was still on the propeller. The man told me he had only taken it out 2 times. So, and I believe that. Now, from 11 to 24, we bought it actually in 23, early part of this last year, or late part of this last year. So it was 11 from 23, that was 12 years it had been sitting around the shade tree. That's a long time for a boat and a motor to be sitting. If it had been an old 2-cycle, you know, I wouldn't even have looked at it. But since it had a 4-stroke motor on it, and you could tell it was a new motor, I went on and bought it. We brought it in. It was eat up. The seats were all eat up. The floor was eat up. The plywood was rotten. We took all that off, cleaned it all off, plumb down to the rails above the pontoons, and we built a new plywood floor on it. And then we put this vinyl covering over it. George did it. My mechanic has been here at the golf cart shop for 20-something years. And anyway, he's the one that did. I'll give him credit for it. I didn't do much of it. I helped him a few times on a few little things to help him where he needed to hold the vinyl back or something, or hold the plywood, lift it up. But he's done most of it himself, and he's a wonderful young man. That I love him just like a son. He loves me like a father. He does our lawn mowing at the house. He's a good man. Anyway, I'll quit talking about that. But anyway, this pontoon, we've about got it ready to go. So we're going to show you what we did to this pontoon. We're going to use it for a fishing pontoon. You know, there'll be hardly very many times that anybody goes out with us. Most of the time it'll just be Judy and I. And we have these 4 seats that we move around. You can see one right here, Judy. See, these things are not fastened down. They're on a round circle there, carpeted. It swivels and everything. We lay down, whatever. You know, we can put it anywhere we want to on the boat. We got 4 of them. We'll use 2 of them up at the front, and maybe, I don't know, we may take these 2 off back here when we decide what we really need, because I think we need more storage on here. And what we did for storage, if you can see right here, we put one of these boxes that goes in the back of a pickup. This is a aluminum box, and so anyway, that's where we keep our life jackets, other accessories, fishing accessories, in this box. But it's going to be too much for this one, so I'm probably going to get another one just like this and put it over here in the place of these 2 seats, and we'll probably put these on another pontoon that we're going to build when it cools off. We also have, besides these seats on here in this storage, we have a live well back here we bought off of a lady that was tired of using it and she wanted to sell it, so we bought it. We've taken it out in a boat a couple of times, and it's worked real well. Keeps live, shad live, and sun perch and minnows. So that's a good thing we think we need on here. We went out the other evening just to see if this thing had run, and we didn't have any place to put our cup holders, or drinks I mean. So these are holders off of a golf cart that holds your sand bottle where you fill your divots. So we just took some. I had a bunch of these off old golf carts, since we sell golf carts, and George put us, I think, 6 or 7 or 8 of these on here, so that everybody will have it where we're sitting. We'll have a place to sit our drink in. And like I tell you, use things you have laying around. Don't go buy new stuff. Use the stuff you have. So anyway, we've got cup holders here for our drinks. We've got rags that we can put around, you know, anywhere where we're going to set him. We'll have one at each chair, one over there where I drive, one here, and then a couple up front. Okay, we'll come on around. I've told you about this storage. We're probably going to take these two seats off and add another box right here, so we'll have plenty of storage. We did use the same console that was on it. Now this is where I don't have a chair to sit on, but I will lay a cushion on this and sit on this, and then we'll sit here and drive this boat. Got a steering wheel, shift here. Here's my drink holder. I've got two of these Humminbirds we put on here. We put one with a transducer on the back here, so that when I'm driving across the lake, I can see the depth and I can see fish if we run over a school of fish. We put another one up at front, so whenever we're both sitting up front, we can see what's going on up there. I don't know, I will probably fish off of the left side. Judy will probably fish off of the right side. Now, it may change when we get out on the lake. But anyway, that's what we have planned so far. I will tell you while we're back here, Judy, look back here. Yeah, look back towards the back here. We've got a little top on it. It's we'll put a new cover on this thing. This cover's been on here a long time, I guess, so we'll put the cloth on it, but all we have to do is pull this thing back over, and it makes us a good shade. We can sit under here. Of course, in the wintertime, we don't use it. Maybe when it's raining, we'll turn it on. I mean, open it up. We do have 4 rod holders back here at the back on each corner. So that will give us, if we're trolling, we can troll 4 out that side and 4 out this side, which I can't ever see me and Judy, or Judy and I, using 8 rods at one time. We've also put some other rod holders up front. Let's see, let me see what else we got to tell you about. But I like this vinyl floor rather than carpet. That way, if you get it nasty, you go to the car wash and you wash it. We haven't painted the fencing yet. We'll do that later on when we decide if this is the boat we want to fish in. I did put some rod holders here on it. This was a set that over there would come out of the old pontoon that was on here. So I left them on there, and then I took some PVC and made 3 more right along there to hold them. And anyway, we'll trolling motor. We'll go up here to the trolling motor now. We put we had a little tiller, a hand tiller on the little 16-foot boat that we sold, and we had to have an anchor. And so Judy, 3 years ago, she bought us a electric anchor, so I wouldn't have to lift that anchor up 20 times a day. I could just punch that button, put anchor down. But technology keeps changing, and so whenever I started making this pontoon, Judy said, listen, we're going to get us one of those trolling motors that has spot lock on it. And so this trolling motor, it can be controlled by a foot pedal or with a remote. We took the foot pedal off because we're not going to run it with a foot control. We're going to use the remote, and all she got to do is punch a button. This thing stands up. She punches another button, it goes down in the water. She puts another button and the motor starts turning, and you can guide it anywhere you want to, from sitting back here or back in the back, anywhere. And so, I don't know, as we get older, maybe that's what we need, we'll see. But anyway, this is about what we have up here. Oh, the batteries now. It takes 2 of these 12 volts to run this 24-volt system, so we put them in here. There's 2 in there, and then I've got the third. These are lithium batteries. I got 2 here to run the motor, and I got 1 here to run this depth sounder up here. I've got this fish finder, whatever you want to call it. It's exactly like the one back there on the console. But anyway, that's what we got set up. Now we'll take any advice that any of you have to give us that that you think that we need to put on here to make it more efficient for Judy and I to fish this winter. We have put us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We put 7 of these rod holders on here, so that wherever we're on the boat, we got a place to put a rod and let it set. We do a lot of just setting, drifting. We don't do much trolling, tell you the truth. We do more setting or either just moving, trolling up on a, we like to troll up shelves and then back down the shelves. That's where we get our crappie on that shelf, usually thing, somewhere in 18 to 24 foot of water. Occasionally they'll move up to 12 or 15, and then occasionally they're down to 30 feet. But anyway, we're just trying to make something that's a little more easy for Judy and I to get around on. You know, I turned 85 this month, a couple of weeks ago, so anyway, it takes something that for an older man to stand up in. You know, some of them boats come by us and rock that little old boat to where if you didn't hold on and sit down, they'd throw you out. They don't realize what they're doing to us. So Judy said it was time for us to get something bigger, and this is a little more stable for us. We got two gates on it, one over this side and one on that side, that we can pull up the side of a dock and get in, or step over this little short piece of gate we have there. Anyway, we're going to stop this now and go down on the ground and show you around the bottom what we have. And like I say, if you have a thought or a suggestion that we could do to this boat, we're always ears to hear it. You can either put it on the video, which we do get to go and see them, or you can either text me at 580-564-5909, and I get them just as soon as they come in. I'll read them, you know, that same day. Sometimes we don't get to go to the video every day, but anyway. All right, we're going to shut it off. Okay, we're back on the ground now. I wanted to show you what we're carrying this on, hauling this on a galvanized trailer, pontoon trailer. It's got a good jack on it. It had steps up here, but old as I am, I have a hard time stepping there, up to there, and up to here. And George put me another step right here, and now then it makes it a lot easier to step up. He's going to put us another step here and another step here, and that'll make it where we can just fly into there nearly. But anyway, it's got a handle here I can hold on to. It's got a good winch on it. It's got a safety chain on it that if this was to break, you would hold it on the trailer going down the road. We'll walk around here and see. You can see it's got two pontoons. It's not a tritoon, it's a pontoon boat. Two pontoons. We have some of these on if we hit the dock. You know, I'm putting 4 of them, 2 on each side. And anyway, like I say, George is going to paint this one of these days when we kind of decide what color we want it. Maybe put it back gray or blue or whatever he thinks. Anyway, we'll come on around. I'll show you what we got on the motor. Now this is the motor that will come on this boat. 4-stroke Yamaha, 60 horsepower, built in 2011. You can look at the prop and tell it's never been in the water hardly. There's no scratches on the prop, except one. I did this, but I mean you can see it's a new prop. That's the same one that came on when I bought it. Got this here power tilt on it and everything. We can raise it up. We can lock it down like this as we're going down the road where it can't move. So everything's handy on it. We got 2 batteries over there to charge it. In case one gets low, we have a backup on it. They're hooked up that away. And then here's our gas tank, holds about 20 gallons of gas. And that'll run us a long time on this little boat. This is where we put the transducer at the bottom down here to run that fish finder we have there on the there's the steering wheel. And you can see it's just an old boat, 1996 model, but like I say, it's set under the tree there since 11. So it was only, I guess, 15 years old when they set it under the tree. But the motor, they bought a new motor to put on it that year, and then they used it for 2 times. Anyway, just wanted y'all to see what we're making, and we're going to try to show y'all a few videos of fishing this winter. We'll see what we get to. Anyway, y'all comment. We'll make you another video.